Hi, I'm Makayla from Tennessee, and I needed a place like Honey Lake because I had had a couple events in my life that had led me to this place of what I call the 3 Ds. So that's dishonesty, distrust, and despair. So I was going through these things. I got to the point where I didn't want to eat, I could hardly sleep, and I just needed somewhere to go and get some help. So what dishonesty meant for me is that I was dishonest about how I was doing and just kind of who I was in general with my family and my friends and people that loved me. So I was also distressed. I wasn't really eating. I had lost a ton of weight in just a short amount of time. I wasn't sleeping well. I was starting to isolate from my friends. Didn't really want to spend much time with much of anybody at all. Finally, the last D for me was despair. So that's where I was just absolutely just turned upside down. So I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and possibly bipolar disorder. My therapist helped me with just talking through these things that I had never said out loud to another person before. As far as medications go, I think it has been great. The thing that has most affected my healing and pushed me toward that direction was figuring out my relationship with the Lord, and how Honey Lake assisted me with that when I was struggling with just this crisis of faith is what I always refer to it as, is that I had staff members that were seeking me out, seeing me where I was at, praying for me every single day, just wrapping their arms around me and praying with me, and that was a really special experience. Some other things that helped were the nature walks that we did as groups with Dee. And then I also did some individual stuff with Dee. I think that she is a tremendous source of love and light on this campus. Also, we just had a ton of fun. At night, we would do fires. Everyone would just sit around and talk. All day long, you're going to programming and you're going to therapy and you're seeing your psych provider. But what made it really special for me was that you could come back to your cottage at the end of the night and you could sit down with your friends and kind of process through that stuff that you hadn't had time to talk about today. And it was a completely judgment-free zone, and you were just surrounded by love. I remember looking around so many times and just saying out loud, like, guys, we are so blessed to be here right now with each other. So in just 30 days, my therapist Samantha was able to get me to see that not only was I not terrible, but I'm actually pretty good. And the Lord has a really big plan for me. And for the first time, I feel like I'm seeing through clear eyes. I feel like my mind's clearer, and just that I can think and be in a way that I previously was not, because in hindsight, I can see that my mind just was not functioning like it should have. But the Lord has a plan in that. So one verse that really helped me when I was going through the spiritual side of things and just trying to figure out where I was with that was Romans 8:18. And that verse loosely says, for I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared to the glory that will be revealed in us. God has a plan for me, a beautiful story that He is just writing in my life, and I cannot wait to see where He goes with it.